All right, everybody, welcome back. Good afternoon. We've got more corners to take a look at here, and we're still on actually some guys that are projected to be about fourth round picks. So this part of the draft is very thick with corners. So if you're looking for one, this might be about the time when you might want to take one because there could be a run, or maybe people get pushed down a little bit because of the nature of need, and we end up with some fourth round caliber corners going in like the sixth. That happens too. All right, so let's lead off with Zy Alexander of LSU. Couldn't find his age, but good height, 6'1", little bit lean, but it's not quite Kobe Bryant levels of lean. 187 is passable. 31-inch arms. Tested mostly not good. I guess the acceleration, the 10-yard split's decent, but he's slow, not very explosive. Big boards, fourth round, third round, he's right around there. The big board puts him fourth round. That's about where he is. Decent production the last couple years, 4 interceptions, 11 passes broken up. Coverage metrics are decent. Last year, actually, 20 out of 46 when targeted is really good. Year before, not quite so good, but still good player. 81.2 PFF grade. Capable in run support. He comes up to tackle well. He's willing to stick his nose in there and make a play on a ball carrier. He's got good ball skills, I think. I do think they're more good than bad. He played some safety at LSU, and I think that his experience playing safety could end up being valuable in the NFL. I don't know if it's going to mean he plays safety, but I do think it may end up meaning that he has understandings of things defensively that not everybody at his position does. Fundamentals are strong to allow him to overcome some physical limitations. I think he's a fundamentally sound player with his footwork. I think he's a fundamentally sound player with the way he positions his body. And he's sticky in man coverage. Although, again, when you're this slow, I don't know how good that man coverage stuff is going to translate over. So take that with a grain of salt. Now, he's not very effective in press. Not that I think he'll be asked to press that much at 31-inch arms. He's got a track record of injuries. He's missed a decent amount of time in his career at college, so don't expect him to stay healthy all the time. He did not test well, like I said, and based on the tape, I would have expected a little bit better. Most people seem to expect better, so that's definitely disappointing. Or maybe it means the testing is a mirage. It's hard to know until they actually get to the pros. He is a little bit lean. I think he could stand to put on a little bit of weight. And while I think that he is a decent run supporter, I think he needs to step it up a little bit. I think he needs to push it to the next level and really be able to come up and make plays on the ball and elevate himself above just kind of the generic pieces of random defensive back talent out there by at least saying, I can bring it in the run game more than everybody else. So the testing numbers are a little bit suspicious. I'm not thrilled with that. But I think the bigger problem here is that I feel like he's going to be adequate in most areas, but I don't know if he's going to be good anywhere. Like, I think he'll be adequate as a run supporter, but maybe not good. I think he'll be adequate making plays on the ball. I don't know if he'll be good. Adequate in zone, but I don't know if he'll be good. It's one of those things where I don't know what he's actually going to be like a plus at. So I'm going to go early fifth rounder. I'm going to dock him a little bit beyond where most people have him. I don't hate this prospect, but I do think we have to dock him a little bit after his testing. And just looking at it, I don't know what his like special skill is. Tommi Hill of Nebraska. This is a unique player, not the kind of cornerback you see often. He's very big. He's only 6 foot and 1/2 an inch, so that's not tall, but 213 pounds. 97th percentile for a cornerback. You don't find very many cornerbacks that weigh like that. That's like a throwback to the Legion of Boom. Almost 33-inch arms, very long arms, 91st percentile. Hands not so big, but other than that, this is a big corner in Tommi Hill. Big boards, a couple have him going undrafted, but Walter actually has him in the third. Tankathon, fourth round, ESPN, fifth. The aggregate has him in the fourth. Production over the last 2 years has been decent, not great at Nebraska. Last year, his ball production took a nosedive. He went from a 4 interception, 9 pass breakup guy to a 1 interception, 1 pass breakup guy, which I think he missed time in 2024 and everything, but still, like, yikes. PFF grade also fell off significantly. Coverage, completion percentage allowed fell off pretty hard. So, yeah, Tommi Hill, I don't know. That 2024 definitely hurts. I'll say that. But he's a very unique player. His combination of length and size and weight, it's unique. He's an excellent tackler and a weapon in run support, which, I mean, that's what he needs to do, right? That's the attribute he really needs to bring here to make it at his size. He needs to be a good tackler, and he is. He's faster than you might expect. I know he didn't test, but he's not as slow as you would expect a 213-pound corner to be. He flips his hips really well. He's got smooth transitions when going from his back pedal to his sprint, so that's good. He's actually a pretty good ball hawk. I do think last year was a little bit of an aberration. It is still alarming, but he's shown signs of being a good ball hawk and being somebody who really understands how to go after the ball and make plays in previous years. Very aware of what's going on around him. I definitely wouldn't put him in man coverage. He's going to be out of his element if he's put in man coverage. I think that he's not very good at reading the quarterback's intentions. That's something that he needs to get better at if he's going to be a zone cover guy. You need to be able to read the quarterback. And like I said, the injury-plagued 2024 didn't give the best impression of him. I can't remember how many games he missed, but some of the games he played, he didn't seem as good either. And he's not quick, and he's not explosive, so it's hard for him to keep up athletically. So he's fun. He's a fun player. He's got some things that he brings to the table, but he takes some stuff off the table too. So I think you have to just keep the right mindset around Tommi Hill. You have to understand what he is and what he isn't. And as long as he's kept in zone and allowed to make plays on the ball, I think that even a back end of the 3rd round wouldn't be that bad. I'm more early 4th, but I actually had fun looking at Tommi Hill. Unique, different. It's not going to all be great, and I wish he was a little bit taller. I wish it was a little more like the full Richard Sherman treatment rather than just like he's almost like a squatter version of that. But I think that Tommi Hill could be a very interesting pro corner. Keep him in zone, let him make plays in the run game, let him just read the play in front of him and go where the ball is, and you're going to get something nice. So back end of the 3rd, maybe early 4th would be ideal. One more guy for this video. Really fun name here, O'Donnell Fortune. O'Donnell Fortune of the South Carolina Gamecocks, 23 years old. Pretty decent height, but he needs to add weight, 185. He's got the frame to add weight. Just put on some pounds, man. 31.5-inch arms are adequate. Hand size, adequate. He did very little testing, and the testing he did was really bad. His vert and his broad were both very, very poor. So he's not a very explosive athlete based on this testing. That's what we can say. Big boards, we got a 5th round. We got a 7th round. We got a UDFA. The aggregate says 6th round. So a little all over the place here. The production over the last 2 years has been good, but not stellar. 5 interceptions, about 90 tackles, 9 passes broken up. Coverage numbers are fine. Really good PFF score last year for whatever that's worth. So kind of a mixed bag here with O'Donnell Fortune. But he looks the part of an outside corner. I do think he needs to add some weight, but he does look like he can be an outside corner. His transition from his back pedal to sprinting is smooth. He flips his hips really well when he's going from his back pedal to his chasing downfield. His ball production's decent. It did kind of take a weird turn in 2024 to where he only had 3 pass breakups all season. He reads and jumps routes really well. He's a good reader of what's going on in front of him when he's in zone. And I think he's going to be fairly versatile. I think he can play man or zone. Always valuable. Very lean is the main thing that stands out here. He's not very strong. He gets bullied a little bit. He's not going to be able to stand up against big receivers. He's not going to give you much as a tackler. Probably needs to do something about that. He doesn't always get his head around at the point of catch, which is part of the reason why he didn't get as many breakups in 2024. So he's got to be a little bit more trusting of his instincts, I think, at that point. He gets bullied by bigger receivers. Not going to help you at all in run support, like I said. I think that maybe putting on weight will help, but I don't know if he'll ever be really a willing and good tackler. And just generally, he's inconsistent. So the lack of explosiveness at the combine cannot help but get your attention because this is a flawed prospect to begin with. I do think his scheme versatility adds a little bit of value, though. I like the fact that he might be able to be pretty good in man or zone. So I'm going to go late 5th round. I'm a little bit cold on this one, although really the aggregate actually puts him in the 6th round. So I'm not really that far off from anybody else. I just kind of feel like, there's not enough for me to feel like this is anything more than a late 5th rounder. And yeah, that's it for O'Donnell Fortune. So let me know what you guys think about this crop. We got a couple more cornerback videos to get to today. And like I said, tomorrow's going to be the slot corner, so keep an eye out for that. I'll see you guys later. Go Hawks. Let me know what you think, and keep an eye out for another video in about an hour and a half.